Genesis chapter 4, the first act of human violence takes place outside the garden. Cain rises against his brother Abel and kills him. There is no war, no army, no system yet. Just two brothers, and blood on the ground. The text tells us that Abel's blood cries out from the earth. The ground which once received seed and labor now receives violence. This is the first fracture after Eden. God comes to Cain with a question: where is your brother? It is not a question for information. It is a question for confession. Cain answers, "Am I my brother's keeper?" With that response, something shifts. Responsibility is deflected, relationship is reduced. The soil itself becomes witness. God tells Cain that the ground which opened its mouth to receive Abel's blood will no longer yield its strength to him. Cain will become a wanderer. This is judgment, but it is not execution. Cain says something revealing. My punishment is greater than I can bear. Whoever finds me will kill me. He expects escalation. He expects the pattern to continue upward. But God interrupts the cycle. The Lord declares that anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance sevenfold. And then he marks him. The mark is mysterious. The text does not describe its appearance. It only describes its function. Protection. Cain is not restored to Eden. He is not excused. He is not declared innocent. He is restrained from further bloodshed. The first act of violence does not end in immediate death. It ends in measured mercy. This moment is important because mercy here does not erase consequence. Cain still leaves the presence of the Lord. He still becomes a wanderer. The ground still resists him. The mark protects his life, but it does not lighten his exile. Mercy and consequence coexist. This is the first time Scripture shows us that restraint is not the same as approval. God does not answer violence with escalation. He answers it with limit. Sevenfold vengeance is not permission. It is a boundary. The number 7 in Scripture often symbolizes completeness. In this context, it signals that God Himself will contain the matter. Cain will not be executed by men. Escalation will not begin here. But the story does not end here. The mark that restrains can later be misunderstood. Protection can be misread as tolerance. Mercy can be mistaken for weakness. Genesis 4 closes with Cain building a city. Civilization begins east of Eden. But the fracture remains. The first act of violence did not end in annihilation. It ended in restraint. And that restraint will soon be interpreted. The pattern has begun, but it has not yet multiplied.